put to sea. And the name of the chip was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down below me. Crypto boys blow. She'd not been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' creed and took those bankers in tow. For fear days to be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew and dawn. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Take our
Hello. There we go. That looks like it's working. Fucking A. I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me? I wasn't prepared for this, guys. Today's supposed to be my day off. Hold on a second. Shut off these miners. Oh, shut these guys off. Testing. All right. All right, guys. I think I got to work, and I'm not going to touch it. So welcome to the monthly meeting, I guess. This is not normal for me. I really don't know what these guys have in store for you today, but I heard there's some really good news coming out. You might want to go buy Pirate like right now. This is not financial advice. Right now, before Drake comes on.
I can hear you loud and clear, Lutz. Just to let you know.
Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I just I defaulted to the phone because I couldn't figure it out. So
No, you sound good. I can hear you good.
nice. All right, guys. So I can tell you guys what I'm doing in the Acorn department, in the R&D department. So you know we operate on different fleets. You know what Drake does, I really have no idea, and what I do, he has no idea. So and there's more fleets. Feel free to make your own. If you're a leader and you you feel you could You can make pirate better. Do it. No one's stopping you. All open source. Everyone's the CEO. All right, I gotta stop doing that. All right, so in the Acorn department, we're working on an animation, a movie. If you guys don't know, it's kind of like Silver Circle. Go look at this animation cartoon. It's called Silver Circle 2013, and this is back when Ron Paul, was running for president. This movie came out, and if you watch it, this animation movie, you'll see that he's in it a lot. Uh, if you could find a copy of it, which I literally put a bounty out everywhere, and you guys should be really proud, because out of all the communities I put out a bounty for, which was a decent amount, only Pirate was able to find it. So you guys should pat yourselves on the back, because this is a badass community. So what happened was when I went to look for this movie, because for the animators, because we have two cartoonists now, two of them, we have two animators, and I went to go look for it to show it as an example, and it wasn't there. And then everywhere I looked, it wasn't there. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I went to the torrents, right? There were no seeds. Right? I'm like, wow, this movie became literally impossible to fucking find. Somebody found it on a private torrent tracker, but it's not out there anymore. So it looks like this movie is being shadow banned. So I do have a copy. If you have an anonymous way for me to give it to you, let me know. But this movie cannot be, lost in history. So the cartoon we're making, I want it to be very similar to that one. And if you take a look, there's riots on the streets in the cartoon. They're talking about ending the Fed, of course, Ron Paul back in the day, right? A lot of stuff that's kind of happening right now is in that fucking cartoon, and even Amazon had it, dude. Fucking Amazon had it, and now they're not. It's not available anywhere. Like, oh, it's not available in your area. Yeah, but when I use VPN, it's not available in Russia. It's not. It's literally not available anywhere. I tested it, so it's not even the excuse that it's not available in your area, which is what Amazon is saying on Amazon Prime. But it's on Amazon Prime if you check it out. I'm pretty sure I fucking bought it. I think I actually fucking purchased it, and now they're not making it available to me. Because most of the good movies I actually did purchase back in the day. That's just because of laziness, because I could get anything I want. So yeah, so we got these two animators. Sorry guys, I literally just woke up like a half an hour ago. See what else we got going on. We got Captain Teebs. He's gonna be taking my place. He's shadowing me, and he'll be taking my radio spot. He's just getting his feet wet right now. I actually put a nice update in Acorn, so just read from it. We got some good synergy going on with Croetic and the Cordal community, which is really nice. They're helping us get on the exchange. I think they're figuring it out little by little. I do like that one because it is a truly decentralized exchange, like Atomic Dex. If you guys haven't used that, give it a try. I think Marmara has the best version though, so if you're gonna try it out, check out Marmara, like marmalade, Marmara. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, check, and that project is pretty cool too, guys. I mean, there's a lot of cool projects in Komodo. What else we got going on here? We got Pork Fest. Pork Fest. We are starting to plan Pork Fest, guys. Uh, whew, I feel like it just happened. We're already planning it for next year. So, uh, this year we're planning on juices and gelato. We're gonna have a movie going on. I'm thinking we show some of these banned movies as well. Some reason they don't want us to see it, so I think we need to forcefully show everybody. Um, we'll probably do the Pirates of the Caribbean again. We're not sure what movie we're doing. We also have our Anarchapulco again, guys. Yes, that's happening again. Almost time. So we will be migrating for that moment in time to Mexico, or at least I will, and I might not come back. And
Are you gonna go this year, Lutz?
yeah, man, I'll be there. I'm not gonna take a plane. I'll be there.
What's the dates on an Acapulco? I don't remember.
It's February 9 or 19 or something like that.
We should carpool if you want to go, because I'm in Texas.
Oh yeah, all right, cool. I'm probably gonna drive from Texas, maybe, or I'm not sure, or I'm gonna take a private charter from Florida.
Okay, well, just let me know. We can all meet up and go over together if you want.
You cool with a private charter?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because I think we already got like 2 others that want to do it. So nobody wants to take the regular airplanes, especially me. I feel like I get
No,
raped
I don't.
every single time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would be. I'm good with whatever. We can drive or we can take a private plane, whichever.
Sweet, sweet, awesome, man. Yeah, I heard this year it's gonna be even bigger. Um, for some reason, the last show, Max Egan said it was gonna be smaller, but then, but I think it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be. I think they said it's gonna be from 200 to 300 people this time. But it's really a great time. If you guys haven't been to Mexico, they're all full of shit. It's not that dangerous. I mean, I literally every time I say the fucking word Mexico here in my family, everyone goes, "Oh, there's cartels down there. You could get killed." I mean, are you kidding me or what? When I was there last year, I mean, I got left off the first day I was there at a specific type of house, right? And it's like, whoa. So I ended up being alone. The guy that brought me there from the Dollar Vigilante, the guy that was showing me around, he left me there, right? Like literally just fucking disappeared. Like the guy that's supposed to be showing me around just fucking disappeared, right? And I'm like, fuck. I'm in Mexico. I have no idea where the fuck I am, right? But thank God Google Maps worked, right? So I was able to fucking pull up Waze on my phone, and it actually showed me the direction to my hotel, right? The place I was staying. And as I'm walking literally 2, 3 in the morning, in the middle of the night, I see kids playing soccer in the street. Right, so those kids are playing soccer in the street at 2 in the morning. That doesn't happen here in the United States, FYI, because it's fucking dangerous, right? No, it's not dangerous. People are just living their lives. I think it's very overblown, guys. Right? And honestly, if somebody has a beef with somebody else, I mean, who am I to ask why the one person killed the other person? Because at this point in time, it looks like all the news and the rhetoric and the propaganda is coming from the people we're trying to take down anyway, right? So this whole system needs to be taken down. There's a lot of evil happening, and we need to stop it. Right?
I think
I
it's
had a
fair to
guy.
say that. I think it's fair to say that every place has their bad and good areas, and I think a lot of what goes on in Mexico is they just handle their own shit. It's basically like, if you fuck with my family, if you rape my daughter, then I'm gonna go cut your head off, and then the
Yeah,
other person just disappears. They just handle their shit, and that's how it should be.
yeah. Well, that's how it was. That's how it was. This government has gone so tyrannical. What they did was they made mafia look really bad, right? They came out with movies that made us look bad. They came out with You know, Russia, even Russian mafia and these gangs, little by little, they attacked every group that was protecting people. They attacked them all, one by one. Oh, the Bloods and Crips are now bad, right? If it wasn't one, now it's the fucking other one, right? And everybody believed them. All right, so you got one or two bad apples. Your family don't have one or two bad apples. Every family's got a fucking bad apple or two, right? And if you got more, then you might have to put them in jail yourself in your own basement, right? Until they learn their lessons. But I mean, that's life. That's what family is. You know, you got some crazy people in the family. I got crazy people in my family, literally fucking crazy. But you know, we don't go around talking bad about them, but the government will. They'll make movies, right? The TV. Look at Scarface. You guys ever watch the real fucking Scarface? The real one, 1932. Not that one you see now. That one with the famous stars. No, the Al Pacino's not the real Scarface, right? The real Scarface was Sicilian, and the real enemy was the cops, right? But they didn't want you to think like that, right? So they conditioned you to think, oh, you know, the Colombians are really bad people, and that time, that's probably who they didn't like, and that's what they did, and they conditioned you to think like that because that's what TV does. Stop watching TV. Start looking for the truth. I think you could find it on Flixster. FLIXTOR.to. That's a pretty decent site. I think I've been using it for like 3 years now. Hasn't gone down yet, so it's pretty reliable as well. And they accept BTC for payment, so you could send an anonymous payment if you know how to do that. So what's going on with the weekly, bro? With the monthly, man? You hear what, like, is Drake late because he's having a baby or what?
I don't know. I mean, on the announcement that it said it was going to start like an hour from now, so I think it's supposed to start in like 30 minutes from now. I don't think it's supposed to start just yet.
Yeah, I made that mistake 2 weeks ago. I opened up the chat like at 5:30 instead of 6:30, and everybody started filling it up. And I did notice people like dropping off earlier than normal. And then I thought to myself, it's like probably not a good idea to open up the chat so early. That's why last week I opened it up a lot later, like 6:15.
Yeah, I think I don't know. This is the EU side of the monthly meeting, so I don't usually catch this one. I usually catch the one in the afternoon here in the States, but
Yeah, me neither, bro.
I'm not sure.
I was just opening my eyes and sipping my coffee when I was told, when I was voluntold.
No, that's cool. I messaged Drath earlier about some other stuff, and he hadn't got back to me. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's busy or if he's what he's got going on. I'm not sure.
I heard there was some really good news coming out today, though.
Well,
That's why I jumped in.
Oh, okay. Well, I hadn't heard that, but I mean, I would definitely welcome good news. I know that the morale is kind of down. Everybody's seeing like a lot of these different cryptos kind of pump up, and here Pirates just kind of like slowly grinding down, and so people are kind of sad.
It reminds me of the days when it was 5 cents. Remember? It's like 10 cents,
Yeah.
5 cents, and people are like, "Oh, it's never gonna go up again. Life is over." Right?
The thing that people need to realize is that this is nothing but an opportunity. If you always buy red days and sell green days, if you're just going to trade, then then you're going to be, typically you're going to be pretty good. So this is a great time. This is a great time to dollar cost average down your positions. And again, this isn't financial advice. This is all speculative fun. But if it was me, that's what I would be doing, is buying this dip, because this is all just a great opportunity.
Dollar cost averaging, right? That's what
Yep.
JL told me long ago.
Yep. So just in case, sometimes you open a position and it goes down. If you believe in the project or you believe in the position, then you just keep buying. Down. If you buy half is, say it goes down 50% of what you are at, and you buy the same dollar amount, well, then it decreases, your average of your position, what you have into it. So it's only got to go back up half as much, and for you to break even. So it's just a safer way.
I think the market's just playing games, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You guys can't look at it all the time. Like a lot of people will see, oh, I got in at $5, and then their portfolio drops, and then they get very depressed, right? And it's like, oh, and then they try to get out. Then they try to get out, right? And they lose money. Right?
Well, that's what
If,
happens. People get discouraged. Yeah, they see it go down, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm going to lose it all, so I better sell." And then as
right.
soon as they sell, it goes back up.
Or they think they're a better trader than the daily professional traders, and
Right.
you got some people think, oh, I'll sell now and I'll buy back cheaper. Well, that might work if you wait long enough. But if you think you're gonna do that in the same day, that's not gonna happen. I'm pretty sure that's
I
not
mean,
gonna happen.
no, it's hard to day trade and it's hard to swing trade. I've gotten my ass handed to me several times trying to do it, and it's very
Yeah,
difficult. It takes a very special person to know how to do that stuff. And honestly, the way that I've been the most successful is just holding. I mean, I know I haven't been in this game as long as you have, but since 2017 is when I got into it, and stuff that I've, well, just when I started with Pirate, when it came out, I mean, shit. I mean, we've done fantastic. Anybody that was around from the earlier days and just held. I mean, they're even right now you're up huge. So it's not it's not the end of the world. You just gotta get it when the getting's good. And right now the getting is still getting good, because when we look back at this point in time in the future, and we go, damn, remember when Pyro was only $1, 70, $1.80, when it's like up around $50 to $100 a coin or more? Who knows what it's going to be? I mean, it's priceless. You really can't even put a value on it. So I think that any of this in here is all going to be just, man, I wish I could have bought Pirate back when it was $1.80. They're going to have a lot of those conversations. Looks like we lost Luz for a second. He'll probably be right back. Hey, there he is.
testing. I don't know
Yep.
why it's happening on all my devices, bro. I swear to God, I'm bugged. All right. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. Yeah, so don't try playing the daily game, the daily. If you're not experienced, I mean, you got people out there with bots, the trading bots, and they know with algorithms, they know exactly what they're doing with day trading, man. Um, and even they lose money. So I mean, I don't expect I'm going to be better than the daily trader. I'm probably not going to be better than the weekly trader, but I can be better than the yearly trader.
Well, no, that's what it is. Even with guys that run bots, that run algorithms, that are watching whatever technical indicators, it's all averages. It's all about winning more than you lose, but you're still going to lose. They still lose. It's just, like I said, it's just about winning more than you lose. So, everybody thinks that they're just going to jump right in and get lucky and bam, hit some 4,000 times, win. And it's not a slot machine. If you want to play slots, then go play the Pirate Casino.
And what is that? End life? End life?
Well, so we got In Life. Yeah, we got In Life, but we also have the Pirate Casino also. Pirate has its own casino.
Oh, I don't gamble, so
Yeah. No,
I might come
I'm
and
not a
see.
big
I know I'm gonna lose.
I'm not a big gambler either, but it's I mean, some people really enjoy it, There's a lot of especially the older crowd, the people that like to go to Las Vegas. A lot of people that like to gamble. And I mean, shoot, what's a better thing to gamble at than, a project that you believe in and you support, and it's completely private. So you don't have to worry about getting that 1099.
I never understood the enjoyment of gambling. You know, it really hurts me when I lose money. You know, it's a
It does. Yeah.
I gotten stung a few times on my anniversary. Oh, no, wait, it was my honeymoon, bro. On my honeymoon, when I went to Aruba, we went into a casino, me and my wife, and as soon as we walk in, I placed a bet for my birthday and her mom's birthday, right? And I put it down on the table, the blackjack, and then all, dude, we won like $800, and my wife looks like, she goes, "Oh, let's bet again." I go, "No," I go, "This is the time we walk out." And they're looking at us. I feel like they made us win intentionally, right? So that we,
No, that's exactly what they do. They sucker you in. They let you either win the first one or two, and then they just take it all back from you. And I think we lost you again, brother. I don't know if you can hear me. And there he goes. He'll be back.
hello,
What?
testing. Yep,
He'll
there
be
we go.
back.
I don't know why it keeps doing that, man. I'm telling you. I think all my
So,
devices are bugged. I'm gonna replace them all today.
so to your point about gambling, that's one of the really cool thing actually that's about like the pirate casino or the nightlife casino, is that it's the most fair of any gambling out there. Like usually, like if you go play like at a slot machine or you play at something at like a real casino, they're all weighted. They're weighted so that the house is it's in the favor of the house.
Of
And
course.
the way that this system works that was developed by the nightlife team is amazing. It's the most fair. It is literally the most fair casino that you'll ever play in. You have a better chance of winning at that than at any other casino because it's
Mm,
actually fair.
nice.
It's legit.
I just worry about the transparency of it all. You know. Also, I mean, if even if it wasn't gambling, you know, like wrapped coins, you know, once they're wrapped, they're transparent. I mean, I just, I don't even want to, I don't even want to dive into that world. You know, I kind of want to stay on the dark side here. It's nice and warm.
Well, no, but that's the cool thing, though, Luke. I mean, I don't know if
It's
you
comfortable.
understand it or not. I don't know if you fully grasp it, but that's the cool thing with war, man. I mean, you can literally take in anything that's on the Binance Smart Chain and just break all those links. I mean
Yeah, but the
that's
fact that
that's so cool.
you got to use Binance Smart Chain. I mean that. But yeah, I wouldn't have been for it. I would have been, you know, I would have axed it off if I thought it was that bad. Uh, but I do like the function that other coins can, you know, offload into Pirate and be anonymous. I do like that
Yeah,
about
that too.
wrapped coins. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
one big aspect of it, and it's an easier implementation for most projects that can't understand how to really implement this.
right. That too. No, there's a lot of utility there. The fact that it provides that fungibility to literally any other coin is, I mean, that's priceless in and of itself.
Oh, guys, Pirate
Fun fact.
Visor,
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Dream
Tim.
Tim. I've been trying to
Fun
contact
fact.
you forever, man. I was about to block your ass.
Fun fact. War is now in the atomic decks.
Oh yeah, and that's easy. See, it's an easy implementation with War, so it should definitely be everywhere right now. For those projects that can, you know, it's not easy to implement zk-SNARKs. It's not, especially
Right.
Pirate, because there's no like validation or something like that with the transactions. I don't want to get into it, but it's not easy, right? You really have to know what you're doing. That's why war is really you know, it's like the Bitcoin, right? The reason why we accept that Bitcoin exists is because it actually gets people in crypto, right? It's kind of the bridge, right? And then once you're in crypto, you understand why it exists and what's wrong with it. And then you go, damn, I need to move into privacy coins because this coin is everybody can see what I'm doing, right? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I want everybody to see what I'm doing? That's no different than me going to the bank and everybody in the bank knowing what I buy. It's the same thing. Only now the whole world can see it and audit you. Right? So it don't even make sense. It makes sense, me personally, for corporations, those big companies that the public wants to hold liable. Yeah, Bitcoin can continue to exist and be used for that. Big corporations that have to put their money public, right? Because we don't know what they do now, so it's a good use case for them. But not for privacy, not for your home. When you go home at night, nobody needs to know what you do and what you have. It's called privacy. So don't Bitcoin is not for the whole your home life. Bitcoin is for the corporate life.
It's a much bigger discussion than that. I mean, we as much as we may not agree with the transparency of the Bitcoin network, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Bitcoin starting what it started. So you have to
But
kind of show a little respect in that way, and
oh yeah,
and you have to treat
100%.
it completely different because a store of value versus a currency is two different things. Sure, it would be nice to have a store of value that also had the privacy that Pirate has, and you could treat it like a store of value. But Pirate is designed to be a currency. Bitcoin was never designed to be a currency. So you really have to keep things in perspective.
Right, right. Well, the perspective. Well, you got to look. When I got into it, man, I thought it was Pirate. I thought Pirate was Bitcoin. I mean, that's what I wanted back then. I wanted a currency that nobody knows and nobody could see it and nobody could take it without my consent. Uh, and it wasn't Bitcoin, right? Right. And I realized that when the exchanges started asking me for information, send in
Right.
send in your license with a photo of yourself, right? So I send in a photo of myself naked. They wanted it. I gave it to them. Uh, that's how I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, "Hey, you want a photo of me smiling? Check me out. Here's my birthday suit."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's some balls to even ask for shit like that. Uh, that's what you get. But that's when I realized that this is not the right one. This is not. This is a good idea. Or I think we're getting there, but no, Bitcoin's not the one. And then Monero came along, right? And then Monero is like, oh wow, this is awesome. This is great. You mean nobody knows what I got until I tell them? It sounds like the way the world should work. And and then later on came Pirate, which had a higher anonymity set. It had it had that idea that the more people that use it, the more non it gets, which Monero is static, right? But
Right.
with Pirate, the more transactions, the higher that anonymity set goes. The higher that number goes. And
Yep.
it's not just the top end, right? So I kind of look at it like a top and bottom end, right? You got your network. Think of like the hourglass, right? You got the bottom triangle and you got the top triangle, right? The bottom triangle is the network, right? Monero's got that. Monero's got that huge network of people, right? Which helps spread it around and anonymize and decentralize. The more nodes, right? The more decentralized it is. There's that aspect of it. So that's where they're winning, and that's where they'll say that, oh, they have a bigger. When we first started 2 years ago, Fluffy Pony said, oh, well, we're bigger because we got more people. Okay, well, now we're 3 years later. All right, so they don't have more. I mean, they might have more people, but we no longer have just a Discord of 1,000 people anymore. That was back then. We definitely have the amount of people now to make that number go up enough to make sure that it's really fully decentralized amongst people and it's not just one person putting in 1,000 transactions, right? And then you got the top half of the hourglass triangle, which is the anonymity set. So it's like I feel like one can't exist without the other, right? Well, you need both. So the bottom triangle is building up nicely for us right now over the years. The top number for Monero, that never moves. But for us, that also moves, right? So we got two numbers that get stronger, not just one, right? So, the idea that something gets stronger the more you use it, I could really get behind something like that, and that's why I like Pirate. That's why I came into it. Uh, and then on top, and I wasn't the first one to see it. My House told me about it. I did hear it. I was in the Komodo community. I did hear about it. I was, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was all into all these other coins. I was broke off my ass. I was trying to find ways to make money, just like you guys. Which one am I gonna invest in next? How am I gonna make money? Right? That's what you guys are doing now. I feel like, and it does come in time, but it's it's better to follow the tech, right? So at some point, I thought, you know, some coin, I'm not even gonna say the names of them, but I thought they had these great solutions, but they didn't. At the end of the day, they didn't, and a lot of them fall short for many reasons. They only have one developer, right? And if that one developer is a stubborn prick, that project's not going anywhere, right? That was one of them, right? They got projects where the dev leaves completely, and the whole community is just sitting there with their cocoots in their hands, right? Uh, then you got projects that the technology itself is just very limiting. There's only so far they can go with a SHA-256 or a script fork, right? So there's only so far that, I mean, that's been taken to its limits long ago, and that's as far as it's going. Right. So an example is also with Cordal. Cordal had an old technology called Cora when it first started. Uh, but it wasn't, it was limited. It was very limiting. They couldn't build what they wanted to build. And that's why they remade the whole chain into, from the ground up. And a dev that can recognize that their project is not perfect, that's a good developer. Because a lot of them will stand strong behind it and try to make it better. But the fact of the matter is, you know, an Oldsmobile is an Oldsmobile. You're not going to make it a Ferrari. But just you could change the engine, you could change the exhaust, right? But it's still going to be an Oldsmobile, and it can only go as far as that frame to take it. Right? You try to push that baby to 200 miles an hour, it's going to break because the frame can't take that pressure. I hope that makes sense. And so zk-SNARKs is the future. zk-SNARKs, even Vitalik Buterin put out a post. He said that zk-SNARKs is the future. So, even though he's a really socially awkward person.
Well, I mean, obviously, I haven't kept up with all the tech updates, and maybe Forge maybe knows better, but all the ZK rollup, the stuff that they're implementing it sounds like a portion of what like zk-SNARKs, that technology into the Ethereum blockchain. So it sounds like obviously it's good stuff. They're using parts of it, and it's only going to make that better. I'm curious as to if that would somehow open some doors for Pirate to somehow integrate in with that side of things. I don't know. That's way above my knowledge level, so I'm kind of talking on that.
I think Bulletproofs works with zk-SNARKs already. I think they have this thing called Bulletproofs, and it works with zk-SNARKs. I'm not sure if it's ever a good idea to have like a compromised algorithm. Not that I'm saying it's compromised, but if it was to be compromised by like CipherTrace, right? If that's even a good idea to link it with a better technology, right? Like, it might even cause like it's probably better Monero and Pirate stay very separated right now until we know for sure what's going on. Because nobody knows for sure. That's the elephant in the room, right, guys? Come on, come on. Don't lie to yourself. All this news about CipherTrace, and you got the whole Monero environment saying, "Oh, it's not possible. They didn't actually do it. There's no proof." But they're saying they can. So and
I
and
don't know.
now Amir Taki just came out, and he also said they can. All right, so at some point it's like I don't know anymore. It's like I don't know. I used to say they couldn't either, but recently I've been saying that I think they can now.
All I know is that Pirate's still the king of not getting hacked. So
They
take that.
haven't even looked at us, and you know why they can't. I don't think I wouldn't. I don't think they have the power to figure out ours. Because it takes a lot of work to stuff those rings, right? So that you could come out with the better, with a good outcome, right? With the outcome you're looking for. You gotta all those ring decoys need to be you. Like on the Tor network, right? In order to compromise it, most of those nodes need to be you, so you know who's not you, and you could trace it, right? So, and that's probably why the cipher trace costs so much money, is because there's a lot of work involved in uh, trying to take over the network, basically.
Yep.
But I'm
Well,
hoping in
good
time.
luck. Good luck with doing that with Pirate.
Right.
Well, with all of our recent updates, I'm just making it harder and harder on them.
Hey, Forge, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Good morning, man. I just woke up. Cax is like, yo, you're needed. It's like, hold on. Let me shut off my miners.
I don't know if the announcement has gone out or if it's going to go out later today, but version 5.40 is live with P2p Encrypted Communication.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. The new wallet is live, guys. I saw it. It said P2p encrypted. So what exactly is encrypted, Forge? Like, is it like from my computer to where it's going now? The destination is fully encrypted.
Yeah, whoever you're talking to, the communication between nodes is encrypted. Up before 5.4, all the data was transferred in plain text. I mean, there's nothing there that you can really, the only thing you can really identify is that somebody's running a pirate node, but they're just, transferring blocks between each other, transferring transactions between each other. You can see all those transfers. It's still all encrypted data. It's encrypted blockchain data, but the actual communication isn't encrypted. So now we've encrypted the communication between nodes. So even though you're still, go ahead.
Does that solve the problem? Like I've been asking for Tor and I2P to be, implemented in the core. Does that solve that?
No, not quite yet. We'll be working on that as well because your IP is still exposed to your whichever node you're talking to. So that still exists, but your ISP can't tell that you're running a node.
Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful.
Right,
because your ISP. I know.
Yeah.
They can see everything.
Yeah, so now all they can see is that you're connecting to another IP and you're passing some kind of information, but all the information is encrypted.
That's great. That's great. And guys, if you didn't know, if you run a VPN, you can't even hide that from them. They can see that too. They can see that you're running it. They can't see what's in it though, which is the only benefit, bonus of it. But that's why we use multiple VPNs. Yeah. So encrypted communication, dude. Wow. What other updates do we got? That's a big. That means private. That means Pirate just got more private, guys.
It just got more private.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like this.
There wasn't a lot of updates in this one. I just focused on getting that P2p encryption. I really wanted to get that one out as soon as possible. So that's out. I did some minor fixes. I fixed the encryption on the Mac wallet because the Mac wallet had this really weird bug that for some reason was deadlocking when it was opening up once the wallet was encrypted. It was really strange. I actually don't understand why it locked the way it did. So I just, I went about it a different way and made it work a different way.
I had Benny calling me. Benny's like, the Mac wallet is broken. All hell, the world is coming to an end. I was like, relax, dude. I haven't heard one fucking thing about this yet. What are you talking about?
No, there were a few people that caught it pretty quickly. It's like, and I was like, I don't understand. I tested this. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I figured it out and got it fixed.
You know what irks me is that all these people who want this privacy so bad, this strong privacy. I mean, why are you using a Mac to begin with? Don't even make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, whatever.
It's
It
like
is what
these
it is.
guys. I want ultimate privacy for my iPhone, and why are you using an iPhone, man? If that's the case, it don't even make sense. What you're saying don't even make sense.
Yeah.
I don't
But yeah,
get people sometimes.
we've been hard at work. I was working with Meshbitch, or not Meshbitch, Satinder on the iOS wallet. We finally figured out the fee bug that was on the build, so we got that straightened out. And I had to build a Mac to do that, and I freaking hate developing on Mac. Mac is so convoluted. It's just
Where's the
oh
other
my
button on
gosh.
the mouse, right? Where's the other button on the mouse? It's driving me
Well, it's
crazy.
not even that. It's just working with Xcode. It's just like it makes me want to pull my hair out.
Well, it's all Unix underneath it all, right? So,
Yeah, highly modified, but still Xcode just oh my goodness. Just drives me insane. They just make it so difficult. But whatever, we got it figured out. We got it fixed.
you're amazing, bro. Is there a way I could get your stem cells so we could clone you? We need more forges.
It's nothing special. It's just like willpower, just sitting down and busting it out.
That's what she said.
Uh-huh.
I had to get one in for old time's sakes. Man,
So,
it's
I don't know
morning
if we
for me, guys. So keep going.
did we talk about the multi-threading on our last monthly update?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that one.
Oh, well, for you guys that don't know, I multi-threaded parts of the wallet to make it scan significantly faster.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, that's right. I think I
yeah.
helped. I helped a little bit with that.
Yeah, you helped me test that on your massive 256 core machine.
Dude, this thing is sick, dude. It's like having a Ferrari. I like to turn on every once in a while, but I don't keep it on because the electricity.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
What do
so
you,
what we
report?
did. Well, what I did was there's two kind of bottlenecks when scanning blocks. When it's going through all of the keys in a wallet, and then when it's building the sapling witnesses later on. So the original code, it would go through every block and then every key linearly, and only utilize one core. It took if you got a lot of keys, it takes forever. So I rewrote the code to spin off a new thread for every key so that the transactions could be decrypted in parallel.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what that private PRCY guy was. That's what he was. He was. I remember now. We did talk about it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, and other developers from other communities are watching Forge's work like a hawk. By the way, this guy was like, "Yo, I know every single update, every minute, every second. I'm watching." I was like, "Holy shit!" So a lot of people are following you, Forge.
Yeah, JL pinged me a couple days ago, last week or so, and asked me what it would take to implement encryption into Versa's wallet. I was like, oh, that's like 150 commits I did to make that happen. It's a lot of work.
Which one's that? Varus?
Varus, yeah.
Oh God. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they don't just come over here and start talking. I don't know.
It would make more
The
sense for them
developer
to
of that
come this
project is a
way.
weird guy.
It would make more sense for them to come this way than for us to go that way.
Yeah, why not just come here and make friends? The guy Mike is a weird guy. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry.
He's
I'm gonna say
fine.
it. He's weird.
He's fine. I've had a few conversations with him. He's fine. He's not a
I
bad
feel
guy.
He's a nice.
I feel like
He's
he
a
yells
nice
at me
guy.
every single time he talks to me.
Well, I mean,
Like I'm gonna get assaulted any second.
we all have different personalities, and we're all gonna
Yeah.
have, our own, agree. We're gonna disagree and agree with. We can't get along with everybody, I guess, is the short way of saying it. So.
Well, there's
Yeah.
not that many developers like Forge. Let me tell you, every developer's got like Forge. Let me tell you, every developer's got like a quirk or an odd thing to him. It's very normal actually. Forge is not the normal one.
No, Forge is definitely the exception to the rule because you can't have a personality and be a dev at the same time typically. And so Forge is somebody that we're never, ever, ever letting go. He's stuck.
Well, thanks.
You voluntold
Yeah,
this thing.
you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. It's all good.
Nice. Did you when I stole you from the Zero project? Did you ever think you were actually going to stay in Pirate, or were you thinking you were going to stay in the Zero project?
Well, I was doing some like ad hoc work for you guys, and I was cool with that. But when things shit hit the fan with Zero, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done here.
Nice. And I knew that was going to happen. Don't think I didn't know, bro. I knew that was going to happen because the same thing happened to me. So why wouldn't it happen to other people, right?
Yep.
I
It
thought Monero
happens.
was awesome, and and then House pulled me in, right? And then I started doing some articles. I think the first article I made was the Monero killer. That was the name of the article. If you guys can find it, I think it's on Minds.com, and that's how I got involved in it, like with the marketing side of things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, this is freaking amazing. And like I forgot all about Monero, and I put 2 feet into Pirate. And I think that's what happened to you, because it's just you want to be with the best stuff.
Yeah, and I wanted to take Zero to private addresses only, but it just got the problem with chains that are not initially private only chains is they get entrenched in their T addresses. And this is the problem with Zcash. It's so entrenched, and it has so many other things that are built on the T addresses that if it ever goes, it can't go Z because it would be cutting off half of its infrastructure.
Right, because all those old addresses, there's nothing you can do about it anymore, right?
No, I don't mean that. I mean they have partnerships with exchanges that are built on T addresses. They have swaps that are built on T addresses. They have wallets that only work with Z addresses. They have APIs that only work with the Z address, and they do all of this shit for the chain. And all these people who work that have Zcash, and they go out and they do this and they do that, or they do whatever, but it's all built on T. So they can't cut that off because they'll lose their infrastructure, they'll lose their customer base.
Yep, and they'll lose all their support from centralized services, basically.
Right. That's the problem. And that's one of the things that makes it difficult for us, is because none of those centralized services are built for Z. So it takes us time to get those services set up so that they work with Z
right
addresses.
Way.
Yeah.
The right way. Not these band-aids, the right way. I even think of war as a band-aid. They can implement war, but that's really still not the right way.
But like Zcash is everywhere, but it's everywhere as a T address, which is
right. It's transparent.
Might as well use Bitcoin. Right.
T addresses are transparent addresses, guys, if you don't know. And then there's Z addresses, which are the fully private. So when people say T to Z, and then it goes from Z to T, that's what they're talking about. It's going from a transparent address to a private address, and then from a private address back to a transparent address.
Right. Like I don't know if Zcash is integrated into a single exchange with a Z address.
I think I heard some exchange is using Z address, 1 or 2. I don't remember the name, but I have heard that.
I bet they're tiny exchanges trying to make a name for themselves by doing something different.
Possible. Yeah.
I have somebody in the R&D department. He just sent me a message. His name's Derek. I wanted to kick him at first, and then I was like, you know what? I just told him good luck. He's like, I'm gonna fork Pirate, and I'm gonna give it a burnable, burnable coins or something. I was like, ugh. My head, it was too early. I was like, you know what? I was like, good luck. I just told him good luck. I was like, what else do you say? I mean,
Good luck.
why shoot yourself in the foot? I don't understand.
Well, you
Just
know you're
buy
doing good work when people start forking your work.
Yeah, how it's really hard to fork pirate, from what I understand, right? It's not an easy task. I've seen like Arrow tried to do it. They didn't do very well.
No, they didn't fork pirate. They forked Zcash.
Well, I know that the developer was talking to JL though back in the day.
Yeah, they forked Zcash and they updated the consensus rules to. Well, actually, first what they did was they updated the just the Z-Send mini so it wouldn't create any T to Z transactions, but they didn't actually update the consensus rules to block them. So later on, the consensus rules were updated to block them.
I think that project could have been a nice like mini fork of us if they continued it. It would have been a nice alternative, but they didn't even succeed. So I still haven't seen anybody fork pirate and succeed.
Yeah, there's still some ongoing effort over there. So I keep an eye on them.
PivX, I think, just said that they're gonna switch to, or they did already, maybe, to full privacy addresses, full Z. But the problem is it's proof of stake. So I'm trying to get them on the show for a weekly.
You know, I was just having a conversation with somebody about this. A couple days ago, there's a chain, I don't remember what the name of it is, but I think it's a Monero fork that's going to do proof of stake, and they want to do a full privacy. But even when talking with him, he said they had to expose the transaction being used as the stake that was creating the new block. So even there, they had to expose transactions.
So it's the fact that it's difficult. I like that because I know that anybody that could do it is really skilled.
I can't think of a way to do a proof of stake without exposing your stake, because you got to prove it.
That's it. Well, we're gonna have. I'm trying to get them on. I've interviewed them once in the past, so let me see what I'm still finessing.
There's a pretty easy way to do it, and that would be just to use, like, if we were to do proof of stake with Z addresses. It's fairly easy. You just use a null outgoing viewing key. That way the whole chain can see that transaction. But everybody can see that transaction. It's not private anymore.
Right.
I mean, that's how Zcash implemented their Z addresses on Coinbase transactions. Coinbase Z addresses have to use a null value OVK so that everybody in the world can decrypt it. So it's not really a private Coinbase transaction. It's an exposed Coinbase transaction.
Jesus Christ. If the only more people in the world could explain these things like you can, bro. People jump in thinking that it's 100% private. I mean, there's degrees of privacy. It's nothing's 100% private. Not even private. It's a mitigation factor.
I could implement the Z address Coinbase transactions. I just don't see any point to it.
Yeah, no. So I think Zcash, they have this gimmick now that they're turning the wallets into Z only, right? So they
no, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're doing unified addresses so that all of their addresses are encoded in such a way that they all look the same, but under the hood, they can be transparent. They can be sapling. I don't know if they can be Sprout. I think they might be finally killing the Sprout pool, or they can be the Orchard addresses.
What they're doing is any transaction, if comes to your mobile wallet, it will be auto shielded. It will go to either sapling. I think once it is Orchard, it will go to Orchard. But for now, they are auto converting that to sapling funds. So that's the latest update from their SDK and all that.
So they're still
And in
using
case
SAP.
I get a chance, I would like to announce the update from my wallet as well. But you guys been busy talking.
No, go
Oh,
for it. Go for it.
go for it, man.
All right, sweet. Thank you. So the latest update is that the 4 parts testing that internal teams has done, the iOS wallet is pretty much stabler, and it is kind of at the stage where I can invite public users to test it. And you can expect maybe next week or maybe next to next week a website release and a public release of iOS wallet for Pirate Chain. So it's with a new user interface and the functionalities that the user expect, like send, receive, and all those basic stuff for iOS users. It will be there. And I disagree with Lutz that why would a user use an iOS for privacy things? It's actually not that bad as you might imply, but um, it is actually based on the market share. We cannot just ignore those Apple or Mac or iOS users
Yes, we
just
can.
because they care or not care about the privacy. It's the convenience. So, being a developer, I don't actually what you say, put those users aside. I try to help those ecosystem because they are part of the mobile share of the market. So despite however one's own opinion is, my point is to help the users where they sit on. So that's the
Right,
effort from Bits
right.
Limited.
I understand, and I understand your opinion. I respect you for it. I felt that way too for a time. But at some point in time, I think to myself, I go, you know, at what point? At one point, do we say no more? No more. I don't want to compromise anymore. I don't want to compromise anyone's safety for convenience, and that's what it is. That's what we're all doing.
Yeah, I
Everybody
also
does
don't
it
agree.
daily. That's why we're in this problem. That's why we have these privacy problems. Is because everybody's willing to
True that.
compromise a little
That I
bit
agree
for
with.
convenience.
Apple has an ecosystem of dominance and all those kind of bad things. We have seen those kind of news lately. Like there is an epic battle with Apple, like they have been banned from Apple Store and so on. So I totally agree with that kind of mindset that,
That,
yeah,
that
it's
that's
a
why
bad ecosystem. I know.
that's why my dream was to build that operating system. I've been trying to get this done for like 2 years now. With whatever devs come along, and you know, I feel like we need to give them the computer. Like we can't let them rely on
It's a good
Microsoft and
effort, I
Apple.
would say, but it's
We
hard
have
to
to.
pull off.
Yeah, it is hard, but little by little.
Very
I
hard.
mean, I don't think people like it's an education, right? People need to take 10 minutes to learn how to
But
boot up a
here's
live
here's the
system.
problem. If somebody gives you an operating system, how likely is that they will install that operating system over Windows, Linux, or Mac? I have been in Linux since 2001. I have seen those things. I have experienced those things. It's really hard for a user to switch from one operating system to another just for one single application. Those things happen, but those users will be very less. That market share is
Right, of
very
course.
less as compared to the regular users. And what we are trying here right now is to market our product and privacy to the regular users as much as possible. Sure, whatever efforts with the operating system, a custom operating system is a very good effort, and there's definitely a need, but there's a niche of that user base, and that is definitely a useful tool for them. But for regular users, everyday users, we have to do something more as well. And that's where things are also being worked on.
Right, right. We got to make it easy for normal people. I understand that.
True
Uh,
that, yeah.
I get it. I get it. I think it's a matter of just being how hardcore are you going to be, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like Cube's operating system is there, and you can also do tails or fork them or however is that. So
Well,
yeah,
what
there is
what
a user base that are gonna be that. Yeah.
what what makes me happy, and my dev, Traceless Spaces, he says that the operating system they're creating is going to be better than Cube's.
Very
It's already
cool.
better than Cube's.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting because uh, we might just get the normal people using it for privacy, not even for crypto, right? Because it will be competing with what's out there now.
Very good.
And it's already on what's that website? Distribution ISO. What is that? You know, what's that site where you see all the Linux distributions and they rate them? Something ISO,
Really,
something
there are
like that.
so many like that.
Yeah. Well, we're on there. We're getting reviewed at the moment.
Very nice.
It's called Plague OS. Uh, and the idea is it could be for all of Komodo Gruel too. I mean, I'm not limiting it to just pirate. I'm limiting it to privacy. Anything privacy is welcome. Anything.
Yeah.
I don't care what it
Good.
is. If it's a good privacy technology, you're welcome to come on. And it's open source, so it'll be push pull whatever at that point. And if we accept it, the project, we bring it in. Like I was thinking, even a Monero wallet in there, and decentralized VPN like DVPN seems to be a good idea. So people have options and can stay private even more. I want all these projects. That's why I invited them all into the development team, Acorn. We got a lot of projects in there, a lot of them. Well, everyone I've interviewed, I've brought in there. So they're all in there. They're all hanging out in there. And I would like to see like people say, hey, I got this Edge wallet or I got this whatever, and when people install it on their system, I want them to feel safer, because when you install it on Windows, you're still not safe. But when you boot it up into an operating system that already has Tor and VPN active when it boots up, and it's already active, at least we're protecting people from their IP address at the minimum, because there are people that don't even turn on a VPN.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no protection on their end. Like, we can make the algorithm as strong as, so strong. But like any network or any company, like I work in a company, and when I did, the biggest problem is the people. They put their passwords underneath their computer, right on their fucking screens. I mean, the people are the problem. Right? So we got to protect them from themselves, and that was the idea behind it. I'd like to see a lot of, like, say there's say you actually do BitMesh, right? Remember BitMesh, that
Yeah, I
project you were
remember. It's
working on?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be cool to instantly just boot it up on a VM inside Plague OS? Because it's a hypervisor, so it could automatically be there for every project. We could have 50 VMs in there that are just turned off, right? So that if you want to mine, you could turn on the mining VM. Or if you want to trade on Atomic Dex, you could turn on the Atomic Dex VM, and you'll be safe. At least your IP will be safe.
Cube's OS is awesome. I seen that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just an idea. It's an idea that's coming along real nice. It's already built. At this point, what they're doing is they're cutting out more of the kernel, because they're kernel developers. So they want to cut out more crap out of the kernel, and then at that point, I think all we have to do is build the VMs and add whatever
Nice.
we want. Adding applications to the operating system is easier than building one, so it should be easier at least.
Would be nice.
And anybody can test it right now. Plague OS is available for testing, but please don't use it for anything main. This is alpha. This is just for playing around with. And testers is a big problem, guys. We need you guys to test this stuff. Where can people find your new wallet, Gruel, if they want to test?
That is right now in a private testing beta phase, and the next is a public beta phase. So right now it's not public. That's what I was saying, that it will be made public beta testing next week, or maybe next to next week.
Okay.
And I want to mention I'm really thankful for Forge. Like he helped some serious bugs fixes, so those are helpful. even hints are helpful if he gave. So it helped a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's what we need. That's why I say we have geniuses everywhere. Gruel Satinder is a genius. Forge is a genius. You know, so
I
many
wouldn't call
geniuses.
myself genius, man.
He's trying to. He's humble. He's humble as well. Uh, but everybody's working on like one thing, right? This guy's working on one thing. That guy's working on one thing, and now we got Drake working on Life, one thing, and now we got Dream Team on Tokel, another one thing, right? And what happens is it's the attention is getting diluted, and I think that if everybody, all you geniuses, get in one room, and this is what I've been trying to do for years, get all you guys in one room so that magic happens. And I've seen magic happen. It's amazing when you guys start throwing ideas and another guy goes, oh, we could do it like this, and another guy goes, oh no, that's not right, we got to do it like this. It's like music to my ears when I see that happening. It's amazing. But that only happens when you guys start talking to each other. That's just my opinion. I mean,
Yeah, it's a good opinion.
I create a lot of groups, you know that.
Yeah.
I'm like a serial group creator. But you know, a lot of like 3 out of the 10 groups I create normally end up continue running. Like now I have another 2 separate groups. One called the War Room, and I got my own personal team in there, a whole new team of marketers and people that are helping me. I have another team that's working on animations. They're creating a story, which is really cool. I like to see them, and they've been going at it. It's really nice, and the original story I already have made, you know, so we're gonna do one anyway. But it's really nice to see projects working with each other. I really want to get more projects in here. More projects. I don't care if it's Monero. I don't care what the hell it is. I need all the geniuses to be in one room, and that's the whole point. This is why I do it. A lot of people get angry when I bring other coins on. We're the best as far as I'm concerned. I'm not scared of any technology. So please come on. You know, there's no need. There's no fear here. Right? So come on, tell us about your technology and why it's awesome. And it's educational too. A lot of people here learn from this. It's important that we get along with other coins.
In case anybody has any question about the work that I'm doing, about the pirate wallet or anything else, maybe they can ask questions.
Oh yeah. What happened to Drake? I thought I was going to be just temporary for 10 minutes.
I think he posted something in the weekly chat. I didn't go look at it and see it. I messaged him, and he said he was tied up, and apologized, I guess. So what? I don't think he's coming, unfortunately. But it's still been a pretty productive conversation. But I guess just apology to everybody that showed up here for specifically from the EU for the monthly update. But
well, everybody was expecting something, you know, some news. You know, maybe the news is not out yet. I know the news, but I can't say it. But yeah, look, we have a developer on board. We have 2 developers here, guys. If you feel that you have a problem with Pirate technically, now's the time to ask those questions. If you don't ask your questions now, then you're lost. Right. So if you want an explanation as to why Pirate might be better in certain aspects, or now's the time, or why you feel Monero or Dero or whatever might be better in certain aspects, and they might be. Ask the questions now. Now you got 2 developers right here. So raise your hands and ask some questions, guys. Don't be, you know, don't listen. I know there's a lot of people that whisper in your ear, oh, you know, when it first started, they mined the shit out of it. No, actually, it was thousands and thousands and thousands of people mining the shit out of it. All right, so it wasn't 3 people mining the shit or 4 people like normal projects. It was a whole Komodo eco. I remember people buying hash rate just to get in on the mining because they didn't have the Z9 minis.
I invited Snow tomorrow to speak, but I real quick just wanted to say thank you to Gruel and to Forge, both of you guys, for all the hard work that you're doing on the wallets and the development and everything that you guys that are doing behind the scenes that a lot of time goes unappreciated. So I just wanted to say thank you.
It's my pleasure, mate.
Yeah, mine too.
You guys are sex machines.
Am I live?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
on.
Yeah,
What's your
we
question?
can hear you.
Okay, hey guys. Really enjoyed the talk today. Just wanted to ask, I've got some retail stores, and I want to accept Pirate there. And I've got, they're dispensaries, they're cannabis dispensaries, and I got regulators, up my ass constantly, IRS, the Department of Revenue, and this, like what Lutz was saying earlier about how companies are so regulated. That's where Bitcoin, it's a use case for Bitcoin, where Pirate is more of like for privacy at the personal level. And I was, we're looking at doing BitPay because it settles in fiat, which keeps all of our regulators happy. And I hate these regulators, but that's a different story. But anyway, if has there been any talk or any motion towards getting on BitPay to sort of bridge the gap from the personal privacy to integrating it, for more corporate purposes?
I don't think they'll accept us. We would never stop them from adding us, but we can't. That's impossible. But they don't accept dark coins, just like AAA Alex from Coin Payments told me, and we met up with him in person from Coin Payments whatever it is, net whatever. That's the biggest business POS out there, and he said that they're not accepting privacy coins. The only reason why Monero is there is because they were grandfathered in. They were there since the beginning.
Have you guys heard of BTC Pay Server? No, have you heard
I
of
never
it?
have, no.
Okay, so there is a project which is the competitor to BitPay, I would say, because at some point in history, something, what you say, BitPay probably has some policy change or something like that. I'm not too aware of it. So there was some guy who said, I will make a product which will make you obsolete. So he created an open source product, BTC Pay Server. Now, BTC Pay Server allows too many different cryptocurrencies to be added to that. It's open source, so you can have your own BTC Pay Server, which you can set up on your own infrastructure and link it to your various different e-commerce websites and systems. So it is getting popular from last few years. I think 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And the recent updates I have seen is there is some developer who got I think a Zcash grant, and I think he done effort to add Zcash to that. So the next thing I see is a possibility to expand that to Pirate Chain. So I'm aware of these updates, so I'm looking through those things if I can do some effort towards that. And because that's open source, that will be much better solution than BTC Pay, in my opinion.
Setting it up local on a server reminds me of Pirate Pay, which is the
Yeah,
difficulty of using Pirate
yeah,
Pay is because people have trouble setting up the server.
yeah. But the here thing is with Pirate Pay, I think it has some economic e-commerce integrations, which is great. We have at least something. But BTC Pay Server have more e-commerce integrations. So I think
Right.
using existing infrastructure or software with a wider community backing it to upgrade and so things, it's I think a good idea. It's actually a good idea to have even more than one solution. So not a bad thing to do.
And if there's any developers listening out there in the crowd right now, and you want to get involved, come on over,
That would be
man.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
come
would be
on over.
awesome.
We need as much help as we could get creating these things. It's up to us to create the parallel world we dream of. It's the parallel world, meaning that the regular world is gonna still coexist with our world of privacy, and since they can't do anything about it, that's why it's going to coexist. But I figure at one point in time, one's going to get more popular than the other at some point. And people are going to start using it. You guys watch the movie Silver Circle. Gruel, you ever see that movie?
No, man, I
Oh,
don't recognize that name.
all right. I'm going to send it to you. I don't know how dangerous that is because it's shadow banned. And I know it's shadow banned because I can't find it anywhere anymore. But I was watching it again, like for the first time in years, and holy shit, bro, it's exactly what's going on right now with the
What is it about?
with the vaccine, the passports, and it's like an anarchy type of cartoon. It's an animation, but it's about government controlling and the people actually creating their own silver coins. The people creating the silver coins for themselves, called Silver Circle. And
Okay.
and the silver coins become more popular than money. And when they show that when the cartoon guy, the guy is paying at the table, he takes out thousands of dollars to pay for his food. And it's not too far from the truth because at some point, it's going to be like Zimbabwe, right? So it's really a great cartoon, guys. If you could get your hands on it, oh my God, don't let it go because it seems to be disappearing from the internet completely. I
Put it
think what
on
they did was
Netflix.
they
I
gave
think
the
we
owner
use
a
that.
job. The government came down, gave him a job, and he removed it from everywhere. They didn't want this getting out. But the parallel economy is just like that. So instead of silver coins, which they cut, which it still happens, and when I go to Pork Fest, people are trying to pay for the drinks in silver coins, bro. It's awesome. I love it. For people who know, they should love it. But I think they killed that, and it's not easy to make your own coins, your own actual silver coin. It's not that easy, but it is easy to make crypto. I mean, not that easy, but it's easier than sitting there with a hammer trying to make coins, right? So I think it's more doable now than it was back then, right? So they were trying to create this parallel economy we talk about with silver coins in the cartoon, which is so watch the cartoon, guys, and you'll understand the parallel economy that I'm telling you about. Even in the cartoon, the guy says, "Oh, everybody does something illegal," because everything's fucking illegal at that point in the cartoon. Everything you do is you scratch your ass, that's illegal, So
So that is available on torrents or how?
it's. Dude, I put out a bounty in every community because I was going crazy. The whole day I was looking for it. The whole day. And I normally could find something easy. If I want to crack a program or whatever, I could do that. But I couldn't find it and it was driving me crazy. And you know what literally I spent hours and hours and hours trying to find this fucking thing. At some point I put out a bounty to the communities. And none of the communities were able to find it but Pirate, which makes me feel good because we got some really good fucking people here, just like us.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that. There it is. See if this link still works. Yeah, it does. Sweet. I'm gonna send it over to you, man.
Thanks, man.
That's the original link the guy the bounty hunter gave me. It works good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So oh man, dude, this card, and if you guys get your hands on it, spread it, give it to your family members, give it to your friends, because this is going to get lost in time. I'm starting to think that it's really important that I really want this technology to exist so bad, like Napster 2.0, where data is free. Right? We could trade with each other and nobody could get in the way of that. Right? If I buy a CD and I want to share it with my friends, I should be able to do that. So it still hasn't happened yet. It's driving me nuts. I thought we were going to have that with Dex P2p when that came out. I was excited about that. But whatever happened with Dex P2p, Gruel? Is that still a technology we should be looking at, or is there better?
Dex P2p is still there. Applications can be developed using this technology. It is a protocol, and any application can use that protocol. My efforts were to try to make a trading application using DEX P2p. I reached to the proof of concept stage. Then I got diverted to some other areas. So surely is that proof of concept application of DEX P2p trading. So it is there. The source code is open. If anybody wants to extend it, they can take it. They can take a look how it is implementing and using it.
Right. It's not for just for trading, right? I mean, from what I understand, we could send movies over it. We could send music over it, files.
Yeah. There is a team member in Komodo, G Charan G. He actually made a concept application as well, which you can use and see how you can send those files and also pay for those files on DEX P2P protocol based application. Yeah.
That would be so fantastic. You know, I dream of having I've been dreaming. Like remember Atmos? It was a shitcoin I got involved with back in the day that was called Vids. Before that, and it's because I've been dreaming about having this like Napster 2.0 for so long. And it just doesn't seem to be happening. Like it's like these, I don't know. It's people are just so money driven. They don't understand that creating this technology is more important. And if you create something you love, money comes to you eventually. I think it happens when you start doing the things you love more.
Yeah. I see a question in weekly meeting chat from Kingslayer asking, does Pirate Chain have a test net? In my knowledge, mate, there is no Pirate Chain test net, but I think I've seen some talks from Forge of having some Pirate Chain test net for doing some tests and stuff. So I'm not aware if he has actually made one or there is a plan to make one, but yeah, it's a good idea to have.
Yeah, so people could play around and experiment. That's a good idea.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I also see we have Da Jones. Da Jones, hi. You wanna say something? Can't hear your voice, mate. Da Jones.
The Johns. Yeah, he'll talk when he's playing with the mute button. I know the frustration, man. I know the frustration. So this iPhone wallet, man, I haven't really been looking at it at all. So uh, your wallet will be coming out. The testnet will be coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can say within 2 weeks. It can be released as a public beta.
All you iPhone addicts are gonna love that.
I hope so. Yeah.
They've been asking for an iPhone for so long.
I try to keep myself out of those opinion on the different operating systems and devices. I have opinions, but in a larger scale, it doesn't really matter. Being a developer, I think like anybody who is using a platform, they should be able to access privacy technology in this way or another. So in case we can help those people, it's better idea to help them however we can. We cannot just ignore those user base.
Well, I think more I got to re-educate them, not help them by giving them what they want, but they need to be re-educated. If they want privacy, they got to do it the right way. You know? Why do a half-assed job?
Mm.
I mean, if that's what you care about, if you care about privacy, then it's a different story. Then you got to do it the right way.
Yeah.
If that's the goal, if that's the goal,
Yeah.
you know, if you're just trying to buy pirate, then yeah, go ahead, use the wallet, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what
I
most people,
see.
they're just investors.
Yeah, true that. I see that Jones posted a question in chat. Let's see. I was just wanting to know if that update that keeps your ISP from seeing you are running a node is unique to Pirate Chain.
Yes. Yes. If you heard Forge talking, he said that other coins want it in their wallet now, and he said, "Oh man, it's a lot of fucking work." Yeah, it's a lot of work for him. I'm sure it is, you know. But if they're asking for it, that means they don't have it. So
The data packets that are flowing through your ISP and nodes to nodes, those are uniquely identifiable on whatever the gateway those packets are flowing from. In case you are not using a VPN, then those packets are flowing through your ISP. ISP can analyze those, check on those, and they can take some action or not on those packets. They can block those and however those things. If you are going through a VPN, then those packets are visible to your VPN provider and not your ISP provider. So this is possible. But with HTTPS, means a secure channel, those are encrypted. So they will see those hashes and all that, like which port you are connected on, but not the packets. Well, actually, the packets, but packets will be encrypted. So this is a difference if that helps clear things. Another question.
guys, ask your questions now. Now is the time on the monthly update. You have a developer here. Could technically tell you why, you know, things work. Now's the time to ask, even though you probably won't understand it. But
Okay, so there was a question from Arthur. He says, "Thank you for all the work on the iOS wallet. I will definitely try it out when the beta comes out. My question is, why the iOS wallet have a seed phrase and password encryption like the latest treasure chest? Why? Or will the iOS like the treasure chest wallet updates, or is this a separate wallet that doesn't match up with the computer uh, treasure chest wallets? Thanks again." Yeah, mate, you can restore your existing wallet with a seed phrase to that, and you can set a pin security on your wallet. So this is also possible. It's actually, I think, same as treasure chest. So you can use the same seed phrase in your treasure chest or any existing mobile or desktop wallet for the pirate chain, and use that in the pirate wallet that Meshwitz Limited is making. Yeah, it will be possible. You will feel like a seamless experience, in my opinion. The same address you will receive or get over there.
yeah, and I think that I think maybe he wanted to know, will the same passphrase work in your wallet as well as the others? I think
Yeah,
that's a
the
yes,
same
right?
passphrase works. Yes, yes.
He said, "Brilliant, brilliant."
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
You're
Looking
British.
forward for more users to give feedback, good or bad.
Ask your questions
It's
now,
like
guys.
it's very long time, Lutz. I see just two of us hanging over here.
Yeah, you know, we've been here a long time. I think we're like that. We're like the residue in the shower, just never goes away.
You know, this is I want to mention the first time ever I communicated with any community in cryptocurrency through a voice or video or however. It was Lutz. He invited me on his radio show, and I was honored to be there. It was amazing conversation starting with Lutz.
You, dude, you in my mind, you were like, you know, I was new to crypto like a child, you know, and I was like, you know, Al Grul is like the man, you know, and JL is the man, and you know, the heroes. You're a hero to me. Uh, Always been, man.
I
Even
love
though
those
we
old
fight a
times.
lot, even though we
They
fight a
they
lot,
bring
I always love you no matter what. So
they bring smiles to my face. I cannot forget those times.
yeah, good times, dude. What was it? Supernet radio back then? Or-
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even care
true.
what I don't even care what the name of the radio show is anymore. I don't think people understand that. I don't
Okay,
care.
I see one more question from Kingslayer. Is it possible to store information on the R blockchain, or could this be done in the future? I think the only possible way right now is to store in a memo field of sending and receiving transactions. And those will be visible either to you or the receiving person. You can send that memo field transaction to your own address, and through that, you can store some data in that field. So
Oh,
I think it's kind of possible, but yeah, that is how it is.
oh, what
Because yeah.
I was just thinking, would that new update that Forge put in, does that make the messages more anonymous too, since
Um,
it's encrypted
well,
both ways?
the thing that he changed is the communication, what you say, peer-to-peer communication mechanism, as I understand, which means the network messages that are flowing within the network from one node to another, those are being encrypted with SSL certificates and all those kind of things.
Right.
So if my understanding is correct on that part, so that's what it means from encrypted communication between nodes. So yeah, that's a peer-to-peer communication, a TCP/IP messages. But I think what he asked is storing data on the blockchain, and that is possible through memo field at this moment.
Yeah, I always use the memo field. I know it's not the best, but it's better than anything we got. So if you want to send an anonymous message to somebody, create a new pirate address and send it to that address. Nobody knows where it came from.
Yeah.
It's the beauty
Well,
of
I think
zk-SNARKs.
well for that I think there was some plan to implement DEX P2P to pirate chain code base as well, isn't it? In case that happens, then there is another way of making those private messages through DEX P2P through pirate blockchain.
Didn't what was that project that there was like Snapdragon? Remember Dragon something? They created a chat.
I don't remember. No.
There was another project that did it. I don't know how good it was. I never tried it, but
I think there is one more question from Kingslayer. Is it possible to store? Or okay, it's already answered. Something was tagged somewhere. Um. From Oswald. What happened?
these guys are so funny. Stick to your stick to Windows and shut up. These guys are so funny. We got a great community here. They fight with each other. It's great. It's like family. It's like family, guys. You fight, always fight. But when the holidays come around and we talk to each other, we still love each other. It's too. Oh, how
Oswald
many
is
characters?
asking, the pirate chain mobile wallet has a low review rating. Could the dev possible reply to all the negative comments on it, since 95% of them is just the user not waiting for it to sync? I'm not sure which wallet you are talking, mate. Lutz, you know which wallet he's talking about?
No, please link any place that has bad reviews, and we'll have the army take care of that. Please link it in the weekly meeting chat if there's bad reviews anywhere that we need to address.
Oswald says the Play Store on Android. Lutz, you know which application is on Play Store for Pirate Wallet? Is that
Yeah,
Skull Island?
I don't use Play Store.
Ah,
I
Cobra
download
Play
the
Store.
APK. Using Play Store itself is a risk.
From BPSA Foundation.
Ah.
I have no idea about that, mate.
Oh yeah, it's the
So
it's the mobile wallet. Okay, so yeah, it's the mobile wallet, man. Yeah, it's don't it's look, when people use these apps from the Play Store, they expect
yeah.
everything to be so perfect. Uh,
Hmm.
it's not an easy app. You have to wait for it to sync. You have to give it time to work. And people don't understand how these wallets work. They used to be a lot harder to use. I mean, they at this point, this is so easy. It's ridiculous for us, right? But for normal people, it's still really hard. Um, so just yeah, so just post any comments you don't like. I mean, repeat the question, the issues they got, and put it in chat, please. Let me just go to the Play Store real quick and see what we're looking at here.
Yeah, for BPSA Foundation, I think Drake can give the best answer for that.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
have
gonna read
not
them.
used that wallet, so I don't know.
I see the bad reviews, bro. I'm gonna read them. Wallet doesn't work. I was about to send all my pirate chain to this wallet, about around $5,000 worth. But then I decided to just test the waters to see if it's actually legit. So I sent $100 to my wallet address and never came. And this was about a few months ago, and it's still nowhere to be found. Right. This is somebody that didn't ask questions or didn't look for support, or most likely didn't sync their wallet fully, and still can't see the transactions because his wallet's not fully sunk. But we don't know. See, we don't know what this guy's issue is because he's not really saying anything. You know, that's like saying, "Oh, this is bad because," and not giving an explanation. All right. So that's no good. That review. Uh, I've seen. Let's do another one. I've seen this. This is a few reasons, so I'm not the first to doubt it. I'll be the last anyway to set a password and confirm all it keeps doing. It keeps doing is crashing and making me re-put the password just to crash. Again, would give it 2 or 3 stars if the app worked for me. As for now, better download Windows. So that was June 30th. All right, so that was 6 months ago. The wallet's gotten a lot better. I think back then there were like issues with specific different phones, and Forge had to like, you know, you had to tell him what phone it was so that he can make sure that it works on that particular type of phone. That's all that problem was, and if he updates it now, it'll probably work on his phone. But remember, when you put a wallet anywhere, you always take the backup keys first. I don't know who doesn't do that. Right? I mean, when you install a wallet, it tells you specifically to take this passphrase and put it somewhere, right? Or take it on your own. You should be copying the keys, the actual raw keys to your wallets. That's the best protection instead of depending on a passphrase. That's me. That's my opinion. But you know, that's when you.
I also
I mean, I'm sorry.
I see Gags. I'm sorry, I always don't know how to pronounce your name wrong. And yeah, so he says the negative reviews is users who have low RAM. So that could possibly be a reason because of low system resources. Could
Old
possibly,
phones. Yeah.
yeah, low performance. Yeah,
Old phones probably. People they haven't upgraded for like 10 years.
yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, it works. It
Another,
works on. I went to Acapulco. I've been to so many events. I've watched people download it, install it just fine. So, you know, if it was a big problem, like we would know about it. You know, if it's one, like you'll get a few phones that are odd. You know, and if it
hmm.
doesn't work on those odd phones, Forge, you know, you just got to tell Forge, and he'll fix it in the next update.
Another is the possibility of if it is in beta stage or however on those kind of testing phases. That could be another reason. I'm not so sure. I'm not aware of any thing about this application from BPSA Foundation application. So yeah, Drake might know or have better knowledge on if it is beta or is it however stable that is. But yeah, one reason that explained by CACs, that seems to be a solid, reasonable reason, like low performance because of the hardware restrictions
And
or
that could happen
limitations.
on a regular computer too, not just the
Yeah,
phone.
true. Yeah.
I mean, if your computer is full of malware, spyware, and all kinds of crap, and you're running on 4 gigs of RAM, yeah, man, probably gonna have some
And
problems.
yeah, CAC says that Forge and Mulray are working to get work on low RAM now. That's nice. That's good.
Ah, yes.
Hmm.
Mulroy's working on a couple projects. He's
Yeah,
actually he's working on a hardware device project too.
nice. That'll be cool.
I like, you know what I like? I like the fact that he's thinking about it at a higher level. Like he wants to compete with Trezor and Nano, right? So, and the way he's
Which deal
thinking,
you're talking about?
he says that if he can even take 5% of their market, it's a big win for him. So,
Who you are referring to when you say he?
Mulroy.
Okay, okay.
So he's been working on it. He's actually been sending me like pictures of the circuit boards he's been tinkering with, So, I mean, if he does it, cool, man. I don't stop people from working. If that's your
Hmm.
dream, go for it. It's beautiful, It's beautiful. As long as you add pirate, I'm happy. Not,
Well,
not everything needs to be created just for pirate. At this point, Gruel, I just want somebody to create this stuff. Whoever it is, just fucking make it, man. Just fucking make it.
it's a fair opinion. Yeah, anybody who can contribute to the platform, it's good. It does not matter really.
Those people that think they're gonna fork pirate, that's
Yeah,
just greed. That's just greedy, man. That's just greedy. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make a ton of money making my own coin. That's the thought process behind that. And you're creating more work for yourself. Why not just buy some pirate and work to make pirate better, so that you got a whole team behind you and you got a whole community already. You don't have to start from scratch, and you just shoot yourself in the foot if you do that, because everything's open source, right? So there's really nothing new that you're going to create that, if we think it's good, we're not going to take it too.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Thank you. Yes, and that's a good reason to have forks of pirate, guys. I mean, we're not against people making forks. Please make forks. We need more development. Fork it all you want. Make something new. And if you're a developer, contact Gruel. You're good at iPhone development, and I'm sure Gruel needs some help. Contact them. Say, hey, I want to help test. I want to
Yeah,
get my feet wet.
definitely. I can use help of Rust language developers, Go language developers, Swift language, Kotlin and Java language developers, C language developers for the Pirate Chain ecosystem. And that'll be good. If in case you are a developer in these languages, you can contact me. Yeah, it will be great. And for sure, I will also give a fair reward for whatever the work that you will do. That I can promise.
I just want a peanut butter sandwich.
What?
Peanut butter sandwich. You can pay me in peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Make sure the bread is toasted, and we got a deal.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I just want people to create the technology. I don't care who makes it anymore. Have you looked into the DarkFi Gruel? This new, and
Um,
I'm very
Dark Side.
skeptical, because this project that
I
came out of
saw
nowhere. So
I saw a video. I think it's from, if I remember the name correctly, Amir Taki.
yeah, that guy. He says he was
Yeah,
friends with Vitalik Buterin. He says they were roommates.
Amitaki is a well-known name from many years ago. He's like an OG in Bitcoin community. So yeah, it must be interesting. But I don't have good details on DarkFi.
And so apparently they've created, I guess it's a network. It's not a coin. They don't even have a coin for it yet, right? So he didn't build a coin or a blockchain. He created a technology where zk-SNARKs circuits could be understood better by normal developers. So I guess he's creating maybe libraries so that developers could easily make circuits in zk-SNARKs.
Nice. As I see, as years go by, zero knowledge proof based applications will be increasing more and more. There are so many projects which are working with zero knowledge proof technology in different various ways. This technology is going to take a boom. I see that right now. You pick any privacy coin, it is nowhere near the hype that it should have been. And I see in next like 3 to 5 years, privacy technology, all sorts, will be getting a real hype because of all sorts of things coming in geopolitical ways. So yeah, things gonna get more interesting as year goes by and as time goes by. So all those different projects will be getting more valued over time.
Well,
Don't
I
see
believe
your current market value.
I believe Amir Taki and his group are actually doing that review that everybody keeps talking about for us. So I think they're actually going to do it for us for free.
Oh,
and then
that'll be
at that
good.
point in time, I'm hoping that they take on our coin for their technology. You know, if they, I see in their chat, I've been lurking in their DarkFi chat, and I see them talking about creating their own chain, which worries me because it doesn't worry me that they're creating the chain particularly. It worries me the way they're creating it. They're talking about proof of stake. They're talking about all these old concepts that you and we've put in the back of our head a long time ago. So it worries. They're developers, but they're not blockchain developers. That's my understanding from their talks. They're not specifically blockchain developers, and anybody that has dealt with both, somebody like Forge that knows what he's doing in blockchain, and then somebody like I don't know, I'll say Derek from my testnet, or he's like, oh, how do I work with it? I don't know. Like, they don't know how to even start in blockchain. They're good developers in the regular world, Java and whatnot, but they don't know how to even get their feet wet inside blockchain. They don't know where to start. So it looks like they're starting all over the place in that channel. Like they're
With
talking about
the
POS, and then they're talking about EOS, and this chain is good and that chain, and they're looking for all different options like what we were doing 7 years ago.
with the DarkFi project you are saying?
Yeah.
Well, at this moment, I have near to no information on DarkFi, so I will hold my opinion. So I won't say anything negative or positive or anything like that. No.
You should. They have a Matrix server. They don't have a Discord. They have a Matrix server. If you jump in the Matrix server, they have a development channel. It's very interesting, the talk that goes in there. Even if you just watch it, it's a good idea to just watch it, and you could you'll get the feeling that I get, that they're not blockchain developers.
Did
They're
you or
regular
anybody
developers.
from Pirate engage with them for the Pirate?
I have a chat open with Amir at the moment. He doesn't. He's like JL77. He responds randomly.
Nice. Okay.
That's the old school. The old school guys. They respond like they stay anonymous.
So how was their response when you mentioned Pirate Chain to check on?
Oh, I think he likes it. I think he said he's looking into it and he'll be doing a review on it. So I guess he has to do his homework first. He had no idea who we were. When he looked into us, he said this is amazing. From what Raph told me. So. And it's because of Raph and the Crypto Vigilante. Raphael actually brought it to his attention. He had no idea we even existed. So he was excited. He was excited at that time. I hope he's still excited. Because we put
Okay,
in a lot of
cool.
work here just to make this run right. I mean, without the people involved, like Rule and old school people that are not even here anymore, this, they helped pirate through all those speed bumps. And when a chain starts, there's a lot of fucking speed bumps. There's a lot of issues that arise, especially when a coin is new. Takes a lot of time to iron them out. Wallet issues, exchange issues. Oh, the
Yeah.
chain is halted. What do we do? Right? What do we do? Yeah. We need a developer. That happens in all chains. There's no perfect chain. Even Monero had their issues. It's not perfect. They're like, oh, it's a trustless setup. It's perfect. It's not perfect. They've had inflation bugs forever now. Maybe not recently, but there were factually inflation bugs, and nobody knows how many Monero were created. So, and there's no proof, right? So there's no proof. So we all just have to hope that there was very little minted
Forge
at
is
that time.
back.
Oh, welcome back, Forge.
Hey, what's going on?
Couldn't stay away, could you? I know. It's my
Yeah,
voice.
I had a meeting that I had to get to, kind of an impromptu thing that was required.
Forge,
Come on.
did you check on
You
the
can say
question
this.
of store app what you say Play Store application and those reviews, and what were those feedbacks?
Mm. Yeah, so somebody asked if why the feedback is so low in the Google Play Store for the Pirate Wallet. And it looks like just issues when the wallet was new. I don't think these people should be having any of these issues anymore. So it's old feedback. November 21st. Well, I guess it's not old feedback. That's new. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's just FUD, honestly, or just people. They put a review before even troubleshooting their issues. And a lot of issues are on their end personally. I used to do tech support. It's always on the client's end for the most part.
Mangled Barrister says, will R be listed on more exchanges? Lutz, you have any information on such question?
Yeah. It will be listed on Atomic Dex
Yep,
at
that's
some point
one.
in time. It'll be
Yep.
listed on Cordal as well. That's another one at some point in time. We're just waiting for the better options, I think. I know I am. I have exchanges. They still come to me. Hey, you want to get listed? Yeah, go ahead, list it. Why are you asking me? why are you asking?
Are those actually the exchanges, or are those the spam users, like who scam users like that?
90% of the time, it's a scam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
they were real, they got no hope in succeeding because I think they're a scammer anyway.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead,
I was
hit us.
checking about the atomic dex and R. I was checking on its issues on GitHub and pull requests on GitHub. I see what you say, Artem, who is the core developer for Atomic Dex API. He did some tests a few months ago, and the things which I see they have check marks listed on the issues and pull requests are things like managing the daemon communication with Atomic Dex, because Pirate Chain will be requiring to run a full node on the local system, and for that, Atomic Dex will be communicating directly with that full node. And some different changes, like showing transactions properly, showing different trades properly, maybe something like those. Like 3 or 4 tasks I see they had listed over there. But I don't know any updates if they progressed on those tasks or not. But the initial proof of concept, which was making a trade through the API or through the graphical interface, that proof of concept is proven, like it works through atomic DEX. I think it's the next polishing that is still pending. So I have no update on those polishing updates, which are kind of required, because if you cannot see those transaction details and the history in your atomic DEX of pirate chain transactions, I think that is halfway there. So once those are done, we can expect those. But those updates, I think, should only be asked through Atomic DEX, would you say, support channel or updates over there, and that's Komodo Discord. So that's
And
one thing. I really hope that they solve that soon enough, and we get the Atomic DEX for Pirates soon.
we're on like 10 exchanges, man. How many exchanges do you want us to be on?
Yeah.
Polo.
But
When
as
Polo?
more as possible, yeah. But I expect, if not now, soon enough, more privacy cryptocurrencies will be listed on many different centralized exchanges, because they will have a reason. Because
You're gonna
privacy
lose money.
cryptocurrencies, one is money, definitely, and one is creating a point of entry for users to enter with the KYC and all those kind of stuff they wish to have. The reason is to de-anonymize users or see how they link between those addresses and things. This is my understanding. So as many points they have of coming in and out, and as many transactions happening through those points, it will be creating a, what you say, a point where they can identify those users coming in and out.
Well,
And
can't
analytics
they
tools
just
use
give
that
them the
kind of
viewing
idea.
key to their
Say again?
address? I mean, like Coinbase. Let's say Coinbase wanted to add pirate. I mean, doesn't the user just have to give them the viewing keys to their wallet
No,
if
you
they're
see the
willing to do
Pareto
that?
style transactions?
Just so that they can prove that, verify that the transaction happened. If they have the viewing key to everybody that signs up to a Nazi platform like Coinbase, if they ask specifically, give us the viewing key of the wallet you're using, then there's no issue anymore, right? Because you can use the viewing key to verify the trades.
Oh, why we need to give viewing key to anybody? If
Well, we
in
don't.
case,
I'm just saying, just because it's such a tyrannical platform, since they're asking for everything, they're asking for your phone number, your name, your fingerprints. I mean, why not just ask for the viewing key and you could have pirate there too, and you could do it KYC if you wanted to.
okay, means without needing to have your identity checks and all those kind of things.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
those.
they're gonna identity check you no matter what. It's Coinbase, right? I mean, when you use Coinbase, you better know that you're jumping into something that is definitely very, very structured and governmental. So all your information's gone at that point. So if you're willing to give them everything they want to be on their platform, like your phone number, your address, your bank account, which people do. So why not just give them your viewing key if you're okay with all that?
Yeah, we will reach there someday. Yeah, at least it is not right now, but I hope that we will reach there someday.
Yeah, somebody just said KuCoin went full KYC. Aren't they owned by Binance or something now? I think Binance bought them out. I think so. Yeah, so KuCoin was lost a long time ago.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way all the time. If they really wanted to list us, they would list us.
Yeah.
They just don't, and that's the hard stance I want to make, right? They're making a hard stance. They're saying we don't want privacy coins, right? They've been doing
It
this
is
for
just
a
my
while.
my speculation. For the data analytics tools, they need more points to check on the usual users going in and out. And privacy coins like zk-SNARK based cryptocurrencies, they are hard to track, much harder to track than others. So yeah, I expect those analytics tools will be suggesting, in case some cryptocurrency goes more popular, they will be listed on more exchanges. and that will give them more data points to check on those. This is my speculation and opinion.
Some invisible APKs. Exodus Wallet? No, Exodus Wallet is not open source. We don't. I don't support it. I don't know if the rest of the team is
I have
likes
no
it.
idea on what is going on with that, but I haven't heard any communication happening in any team chats for
Yeah.
this Exodus.
As soon
If
as
you know
I
about
said
that.
Paul Pui from the Edge Wallet told I had no idea because I trusted that the crypto vigilante and that's who told me about the Exodus Wallet. They were the ones saying, oh, this is the best. And then Paul Pui out of left field goes, hey, it's not open source. I had no idea. I figured they did their homework, and I was just that's what happens when you don't do your own research, right? And you can't trust the wallet that's not open source, guys. You can't.
Dajon says the CEXs literally track your coins after they leave their exchange. They send you angry emails if you send from Gemini to Trade Ogre. Is
Yeah.
that really happening?
I know that they're blocking it from Trade Ogre. So if you send like some coins to their exchange, they send it back, bro.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't really aware of the such thing.
It's happening. Yeah, it's happening. I've seen it happen.
How dare you?
They're black flagging addresses.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay because we're black flagging their whole corporations. We're black. So what I was saying earlier is that we took they taking a hard stance on not allowing privacy to happen. We need to take a hard stance not to allow transparency to happen. So that's why when people say, oh, we're going to build you a DEX and it's going to have all the coins in it. I don't want all the coins in it. I don't want Bitcoin. I don't want any transparency coins at all. I think that we need to make a hard stance now and say, you know what? I'm just not going to compromise anymore. That's it. I'm done. People should not be using that, and I'll tell you why. And that's when you go into it, right? We should not be supporting them. They're not supporting us. We don't support them in any of their transparency technology. That's just how I feel, right? I'm just that's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are okay with compromising with this exchange and that exchange for the easeability for people to use pirate. But at some point, we got to draw a line, guys. This is pirate. This is not Litecoin. This is not any of those fully surveilled coins. If you want to be a pirate, you got to be a pirate.
So there is one more question for you, Lutz. It's from Arthur. He says, do you think Amr Taki would be guest on weekly Lutz radio show or radio session?
I haven't asked him yet. I'm just getting to know him, creating rapport. But I could ask him. I could ask him if he wants to come on. Yeah, no problem. Actually, let's do that now.
It will be really interesting session if it happens.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him well public. Hey, I'm here. Would you be able to come on a weekly meeting in Pirate and tell us about your
Dark fight.
I was gonna say technology, but your dark fight technology. I like that. I love every time you hear the talk from Darkfy, they always close it like, embrace the darkness. They're awesome. All right, I asked them. All right, we'll see what happens, guys. I don't force people to come on my show. A lot of times you'll see a lot of guests we've had already. It's because I want to bring you something. I don't want to bring you nothing, right? So I'll ask some friends to come on, to explain what they're working on, just so that you get some type of education for that Wednesday.
I'm stepping away from computer. I'll be back in a minute.
Somebody put up a picture of mashed potatoes. Man, if I knew it was that kind of party, I would have brought the mashed potatoes. If you guys haven't seen the movie Waiting, that shit is funny. All right. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, let there be dark. That's what they say. Let there be dark. I love it. I love it, man, because it's really important we have it. You know, you could call it whatever derogatory dark name you want, but you know, fact of the matter is, pirate is a perfect name for pirate, because we are pirates. And we're pirates at heart, like real fucking pirates. And I'm not talking about the ones you see in the cartoons. I mean, we live the pirate life. Like, you know, we don't count on anybody. We don't want to be you know, obliged to anybody. We don't want any reciprocal you know, feelings. You know, we we don't, we pillage and steal only from, you know, the bad people. You know, if I see a bad technology, I'll tell you about it, man. Don't use that shit. You know, it's we think for ourselves here, right? We unlike like developers in Zcash, where they have no choice in what they do. But the developers here are free. There's a whole bunch of developers, you know, that got good ideas. There's nobody stopping them from carrying out their good ideas. There's no ICO with people at the top saying, hey, you know, you can't do that. Like, you know, there's freedom here. There's freedom in open source. You need to recognize the FOSS ether, the FOSS ether, free open source software, right? FOSS. Look into it. Fozzie has been around a long time. I think the website Fozzie used to be. Hey, we got any more questions? Hey, Scott, be open to doing a few recorded sessions where Scott would fire. Hey guys, yeah, if you guys want to do your own shows here in the chat, feel free to, man. Bring all your friends and do it. Nobody's stopping you. I mean, the chat's always open anyway. I always see a whole bunch of people in there. Hey, go in there, you know. I mean, look, if you guys, you know, have a bad technology and you're like shilling it in the chat, you know, you could expect people like me to come in and call you out, though. And you might end up looking worse coming out of what you're trying to do than going in. Right? Just fair warning to you. You know, but if you really got something good, yeah, come in, man. Tell people about it. You know, there's a new VPN I've been using recently called Satoshi VPN, in combination with Molvat. You know, which seems to be working good for me. You know, so you know, there's another one I use. I'm not going to say it for compromise, but you know, I have 3 VPNs active at all times. And you know, if you guys want to teach people to do that, set it up, man. Just tell Drake or, you know, Gruel or somebody that, you know, has privileges to change the announcements, and we'll post your meeting if we think it's a good idea. You have a workshop, create workshops, man. Shit, I'll even put out bounties for workshops if it's a good one.
I want to give a shout out to
the
the community. That's my thanks to Mangled Barrister. He is the actually developer who's
All right, guys,
doing
I think we're good.
iOS wallet for Pirate
Got
Wallet
any
on
more
Meshbase.
questions, guys? Now's the time. Forever hold your pieces of 8. Not shilling other projects, but I was watching a live stream yesterday from a guy called Richard Hart. Very rich crypto guy. Many people call him a scammer. Others love his projects. Either way, he has a lot of influence in crypto. Yeah, well, it's yet to be seen. He was saying yesterday that he likes Monero because it has the biggest anonymity. Say, well, there you go. It's because he doesn't know, bro. Someone needs to tell him Pirate Chain, shill Pirate Chain over his YouTube and Twitter. He knows who Amir Taki is as well. Not in contact with each other right now, but maybe somewhere in the future, a link could be made, and Richard Hart could be very interested in Pirate. And you know what, dude? I don't give a fuck who's interested in Pirate. How about that? Right? If he's not interested in Pirate, tell him to go shill whatever the fuck he wants to shill, because I know what's good. And if you can't recognize what's good, then you're not good. You're not good at what you do. Right? And the fact that he says a statement like oh, it has the highest anonymity set, I mean, that right there tells you that he has no idea what the fuck he's doing, or he has no idea that other better things exist, and he's just repeating what he's heard. All right, their anonymity set is static and small. Right, that's what she said, and the only reason why they feel that theirs is bigger is because they have a bigger base. Remember that triangle I was telling you about? Like an hourglass, you got the bottom triangle and you got the top triangle that forms the hourglass, right? Those people at the bottom help that anonymity set spread, right? You need a huge user base. And that's just one factor to make it work, that anonymity set. So yeah, they've been out for 8 years. Of course they got a huge following and a huge base, right? But Fluffy Pony said that about two and a half years ago when Pirate was brand new. All right, we only had a handful of people back then, right? Only a few thousand. Now it's a different story. Now there's really nothing to be said. We now have the base, the user base, and we have the anonymity set. So now we have the best of both worlds, where they only have the best of one world, the user base, which is going down recently because Raptorium has taken over their hash rate. So no one's mining Monero with their CPUs anymore. They're mining something more lucrative. Obviously, that's the better choice always for miners. So yeah, I feel like unless they make an upgrade like very soon, I really don't know what's going to happen with Monero. You know, and I feel bad. They better update those rings and do something, because little coins like PRCY already did it.
Hello,
That's why
Exile.
to show you guys what the fuck is going on over here. How is this huge Monero team not able to do something this little PRC privacy coin, did? It was able to do, and the guy's talked with Forge for a while. He is very technical. So the guy we
You are
brought
able
on,
to hear
I
me?
forgot his name, Justin, I think. He's really good. He's a really good developer, and it's sad to see, once again, one project with one developer, and it drives me crazy. Just come over here, man. Just come over here and hang out with us, right? You're all alone. Anyway, that is what it is. Exile. Oh, where did Exile go, dude? He's got the THC coin. Exile is one of the heads, I think, of is it Potcoin?
No?
THC? Something like that. Hey,
Can you hear
brother,
me now?
what's up?
Yo!
Sorry, I'm Italian. I talk a lot.
No, I don't think my mic was working. Someone Discord, I gotta go out and come back in. I appreciate your time. My question was for Forge. Is AC_CC enabled in the fact that we can create some interoperability between, yes, I am the chief operating officer of the hemp coin, one of the side chains of Komodo, AC_CC equals 2 on our launch code. So like we have interoperability with Tokel. I was just seeing if Pirate has that option available so we could maybe build something together.
Is AC_CC for crypto
Tokens.
conditions?
Yeah.
No, it enables crypto conditions.
Right.
Crypto conditions are only valid on T addresses.
Oh, okay.
Because they modify the script.
Are you guys able
Thank
to
you.
hear me now?
I think they are enabled. It's just
Yes, I can hear you.
Can hear you, girl.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, what Forge says is correct. So these crypto conditions based parameters are not possible on Pirate Chain at the moment. Yeah. So not yeah.
Well, I
Thank
think
you.
they are enabled because they're used for the atomic DEX or the atomic swaps, but those are under very limited conditions.
True.
What's the digit? Is there a digit? Ours is 2.
You know what?
AC underscore.
I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll have to look at the launch code. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Exile. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Building a lot of stuff. I've
You
been
or me?
busy.
Oh, you?
Both of us. You
So
guys are busy on that side. I'm busy over here.
how's Potcoin?
Potcoin, Josh is cool. He's, I think, going over to, I think they're going to Solana, maybe, I've heard. They're looking to migrate their whole chain. I think they were looking at Komodo for a little while. Paulie was talking about it.
So
But
Solana's the next fad. I've been hearing the same shit, bro. It's just another fad, man. Everybody, when ETH came out, everybody wanted to be on ETH. Then they wanted to be on Binance. Then they wanted to be on EOS. This is the next one, Solana, and this is gonna fade away in a few months as well. And there'll be another one, no doubt.
I'm still talking to people that love Ethereum and are building on Ethereum, and I'm just like, hey, come over here. We got good stuff, but they like the Web 2 and Web 3 deployment availabilities. But yeah, I've built up a substantial network for the hemp coin and looking to develop a hemp track and build out the use case.
Okay. Oh, hemp coin. That's right. I knew it was something like that. I got a bad memory. Too much hemp.
Understandable.
Have you got? So, tell me about the coin, bro. Now that you're here, let's do a show on hemp coin. What do you got, man? What do you got for us? Can I buy weed with hemp coin or what? Is that a thing now, or is that still theoretical?
Well, yeah, that's one of our use cases that is in play right now through cryptocurrency checkout. Rat staying is in the network, and you can accept cryptocurrency in any 7 different Shopify webs, WordPress, a bunch of others, WooCommerce, BigCommerce. You can start accepting cryptocurrency for 0% fee, and then we hooked up a blockchain financial. I believe you guys are listed over there too. That's trading at any crypto there to any fiat. There is KYC there, but then you can get into fiat at a 0.3% fee. So making these options available for dispensaries or people who are looking to take cryptocurrency payments. Komodo boasts over 800,000 transactions per second to itself in its side chains with DPoW and the ability to write those transactions to the blockchain without paying high gas fees, through the UTXO unspent transaction output. So we can track and trace these. I don't want to be paying per plant. If I'm tracking millions of plants, I don't want to be paying per plant to track those. Right. So this is some of the we're looking to build it the wireframe around the atomic DEX. Already got a scope of work from Komodo. I was looking to incorporate any kind of site, Tokel or Pirate or Varus, any kind of interoperability and make the network strong as far as I can. We've connected with multiple countries around the world. Suppliers, manufacturers, people, there's over 20,000 products you can make from hemp, and knowing about these is integral to operating a cryptocurrency that looks to be the standard within the industry.
Yeah, I personally don't give a fuck about the industry. The industry could go suck a dick. What I believe is that people should be able to sell it freely, no matter who it is, and that goes with everything. If you want to open up a lemonade stand in front of your house, you should be able to do that. You should, that's entrepreneurship. You should encourage that even from children. But trying to steer the way so it fits their cookie cutter template, that's just not going to work for you. It has to be free. It has to. You have to be able to allow people to build their own websites so that they could sell from their own websites without being traced and tracked, right? I know we don't
Well,
have this yet. That's why I talk about it. We don't have this yet. I'm just telling you theoretically what we should.
right. Our idea on HempTrack, our main use case of HempCoin, is to be able to provide growers around the world with a track and trace supply chain program that lets them track per day, per week, per harvest, lets them know analytics and forecasting output on a mobile device, also backed up on the web. Layer one developing is kind of hard with the crypto conditions. We have a max byte limit of 10,000 bytes that we can input. So some of the other, functionalities might be side chains or might be, smart chains on different, but we're looking to, make this a decentralized operating system.
Oh, okay. You're creating an operating system?
Well, it's a platform. The blockchain is always online, a database that's always online.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So like coming in the future, and this is what I see coming. We're gonna have a method of creating anonymous websites, and I'm personally depending on Cordal for that, because they actually have a method to do it. When that comes out, I believe that the free market will be a lot more free. It'll be like the dark net, but not in the dark anymore. And people can easily just in order to use the dark net, you gotta jump through all those hoops, right? You got to set up I2P, you got to set up Tor, you got to make sure that you create your own exit nodes and whatnot, right? And the amount of hops have to be a specific number. There's a lot to it. There's more than just setting it up. There's actually like settings that you have to make sure are good when you set it up. Or something comes out, like maybe Cordal, which I'm hoping will give us anonymous websites. That's why I put a lot of faith into it. Where people could just open the wallet and you could cruise the websites from within the wallet, like right there. And if you want a website, you could create one right there in the wallet, man. It's really cool. I mean, at the moment, it's a small static website you could create, but eventually there'll be a storage part to the platform where people will be able to rent storage, like you see on a few platforms at the moment. And then once you have a place to put the storage, then you'll be able to put a full website in there and attach it to your domain so that you could have like a full CMS instead of just a static website. I'm gonna sneeze on. Hey, yes, yeah. Woo. Oh wow, that was liberating. Yeah, so I think that's what's gonna happen in the future, man. I think eventually there's gonna be a lot more freedom. And technology is going to give it to us. There's no way to stop the technology. It's open source. Everybody could download it. You can't stop that. I could give it to my friends. You can't stop that. But it's coming, man. There's something for HempCoin that's coming. It's not out yet. But once it's around, I imagine that you could have templates where say there's a weed business, right, that wants to go crypto. He just has to instantly create his website on this new network, right? Because that's what it is. It's just another network, really, but it's more free than the regular networks we use, like .coms, and we'll see a lot of people just embracing that at some point, saying, "Oh, look, I could create it easier than creating a regular website." As long as and this is what I propose to Cordals, that they create templates for all businesses. So that people just have to say, okay, I have a bakery, I'll use the bakery template for my business.
Well, that might be available through the hemp DEX. We're looking to white label the atomic DEX and make worldwide trading available. So certain profiles or posting, certain forum attributes could be assigned, or those capabilities are fully available. Having a one-stop shop for growing, there's a hemp education plan that we're working on, so a decentralized learning management system for people, 144 hours of material for people to know how to grow, know what they're doing, and be almost, creating almost a certification or a registration for this kind of knowledge, be able to a standard in a matter of speaking.
I know my dealer accepts pirate So, is it what makes you know, why would people use hemp coin over any other coin to buy their weed?
Speed of transactions, I guess, would be a good, the use case really. THC is not a transactional coin. We're looking to, build a supply chain tracking system for the hemp industry, which is our main use case. So being a transactional coin is not, we bring a lot of things to the table, right? Like the trading fees and stuff like that. But the main use case and the value will be shown once the use case is built out.
You got to come up with better than that, man. I'm not convinced.
It's an open source, Fairmind no ICO project that started in 2014. Hempcoin was one of the first 30 cryptocurrencies that ever existed. When
There
Tim
you
started it in
There you
2014, he
go.
had the
I just had
mindset
to make
to
you
give
angry.
agriculture industry with the supply chain management system, specifically spotlighting the hemp industry because of its burgeoning success. Hemp had only got legal to be sold here in the U.S. That is, Agriculture Act in 2018, signed by Donald Trump by an executive order. So once the market hit, there was millions of pounds of hemp being back and forth, and people were committing suicide because of certain deals falling through and whole household. So like, I understand the fuck the industry kind of thing, but people's lives, people make, having a cryptocurrency that registers, audits, is integral and immutable to be able to show and track and represent your product without anybody censoring it. That's what I'm building. That's what we're building. That's what I came onto the project as a project manager. I was a graphic designer working for Pirate. That's why my logo is still the coin for Pirate. Still connected to Dracefish. Got me a
Traitor.
job.
Damn
No,
traitor.
I was referred to the project because the Komodo and Pirate's so awesome. Tim Renzetti, the CEO. There was only a CEO and a community manager when I came onto the project. And it's no ICO, when we came onto Komodo, we created a development fund because the previous team dipped. Go back on the internetarchive.org and look at the, hempcoin.org, and the previous team dipped. What would you feel like, Lutz, if 99% of the team just dipped out on you right now?
Man, it's happened so often in my history. It's not a surprise anymore.
But on a project that has the capabilities and benefits of Pirate, how would that? I mean, it's just a kick in the gut, right? So I'm doing everything I can. Nobody's getting paid in THC to promote this. This is something that needs to be built. I am planting seeds. Yeah, you did get me pissed off. I'm planting seeds that I'm not going to be able to sit under. I'm very passionate about this, just like you're very passionate about privacy. And yes, voting can be done private ways, and maybe a part of the educational system or part of the hemp track can use a privacy mechanism. Maybe we can work on that in the future. But yeah, I dropped in because I came from Pirate. I want to help and see you guys succeed in all aspects and bring as many capabilities that I can to the table to help that.
I think you're doing a great job, dude. I think you've been around for a long time. I remember talking to you back in the day, back when Pirate first started, and I think you're doing really good work. And Luch, you got to stop shitting on people whenever they come talk about their project, dude. It's just gonna piss people off.
Nah. I understand that, but nah, that's fucking rolls off my nah.
Me and Exile, we've been friends a long time. I'm allowed to do that. I mean, I'm allowed to do that with him.
That was the marketing. He was getting the full scope of the project out. I was just meandering about it a little bit.
No, it sounds like a good idea, though. I mean, from the core concept of it, it sounds like it's has a really good use case.
And that's why I saw it, and that's why I'm still here.
Hey, there's a lot of issues in that whole sector. So, you definitely would be helping them. But on top of it, I really would love to see you really focus more on privacy. And if there's a way we could make it more private by using Pirate in tandem with your coin, that'd be great. That'd be great. Because nobody wants anybody to know that they bought weed. There's no need for anybody to know that.
Well, think if you got like 1,000 acres or whatever, like, 2 acres or whatever. You know, you don't need people knowing what you're doing. A certain business model, it's okay to have certain privacy, and yet you can maybe give I don't know how you would release, you know, information to compliance regulation, but I'm sure those kind of things could be added within the code, you know, put in a certain key or something that's made available.
What algo is Hempcoin? What's the algo?
We're a side chain of Komodo, so Equihash. We're proof of stake though, 100%.
Okay, so you're zk-SNARKs. At least you got you got the best tech underneath it all. So in the future, you got options where a lot of the old tech, you know, if you use the older algorithms, you'd be stuck like the rest of them. So you definitely you got opportunity.
We used to have master nodes on the PIVX network, and when we migrated to Komodo, we wanted to make a solution that complemented master nodes. So if you lock up 100,000 THC via the rewards mechanism on chain, you get 4% APR paid out every 60 days locked. So it basically compounds.
Okay.
So it's an on-chain master node. I've never heard of that. I've never seen anybody else that has that.
So you haven't given up.
So you reduce the sell pressure by trying to lock up coins, but yet you increase sell pressure because you have your APRs.
Right, incentives.
The incentive you're incentivizing. So you think that really balances out?
Right.
Okay.
All right. Hey, look, it was wonderful hearing an update from Hemp, bro. This is the monthly meeting though, so let's end it here. And maybe one day you could come on and give us some, a full tutorial on how it works and how people could buy weed using your coin.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, brother. Keep up the hard work. I'm glad you haven't given up.
You're such a troll, Lutz. God, I love you, but I hate you.
Nah, Computer Genie takes the fucking toll on that.
Hey, look, I say what I feel, right? Like I say why. I'll be honest. I'm honest with you at least, right? I'm not saying, oh, your coin is amazing, because it's old or whatnot, or because it had a fair start, which is true. But it's also, to me, I need more privacy than that, and I'm not willing to play with corporations and rules and regulations. I'm not willing to do that. I'm done with it. I've done it for over 40 years now. I'm done with it. I don't want anybody else's rules in my life but my own.
Well, that's why everybody use Pirate as a currency. Nobody's saying he's not saying use Hempcoin as a currency. That's not what his use case is. So there's no reason for him to push that narrative because that's not what his goal is.
Right. Well, it should have something to do with hemp somehow. So I should be able to buy weed with it. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's not what it's for, though.
Before we end this meeting, I want to say thank you to all here who listened. And I look forward everyone to whoever is using iOS devices to try on Pirate Wallet next week or two. Thank you.
Thank you, Gruel. Thanks for coming out today and being cool, man.
Cheers, mate.
Exile, son of a bitch. Give me a call whenever you want. I'm always around if you want to discuss some ideas. I think at some point, once the real pirate Dex comes out, we'll be able to put like Hempcoin on it and anonymize everything. All right, guys, this has been a great meeting. Love you all. It was a surprise for me too. I wasn't ready to do this today. And Forge, thanks for coming on. And I think we should end it here, guys. Love you all. This is Lutz signing out.
Save the day, bring the change, empower you to change the game, that's the aim. Never be afraid to trade or get paid. Nobody can trace you on the blockchain. Time for action, now we gain traction. Pirate chain for private transactions, cause we need some free interaction. When R is low, gonna buy that dip. Hodl and do some private flips. Following simple finance tips so that one day I can buy a pirate ship. Yeah. Stand up and dare to dream big. Doesn't know it's time to be free. Love and respect is what the world needs. And of course, privacy.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain through and Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.